No.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always stand forever.
That 12 days after Mr. Tordue Salem disappeared, nothing much has happened to indicate whether he's alive or dead, whether he's a captive of the state, a non-state actor, or an alien. The IGP, it is relevant that we remind you that the state owes every Nigerian, particularly a journalist, protection, assurance of safety. Nigeria has continued to fare badly on the Press Freedom Index for 6 successive years, and it would be most unfortunate if the disappearance of Mr. Tordue Salem adds to the poor rating. In 2020, a report of Reporters Without Borders shows that Nigeria went 5 spots down the Press Freedom Index from 115 to 120 out of 180 countries, with a telling remark that Nigeria remains one of West Africa's most dangerous and difficult countries for journalists. Also, a June 2021 report of the Nigeria Union of Journalists and Media Foundation for West Africa revealed that the media industry recorded 7 unresolved killings, 300 violations affecting about 500 journalists, media workers, and media houses in Nigeria. What all this underscore is that the prevailing environment is unsafe, suffocating, and dangerous, not just for journalists and other media workers, but for the sustenance of democracy itself. It is in this wise that we are here to demand that Mr. Tordue Salem not only be found, but that adequate protection be offered journalists going forward.
Been able to trace where he visited when he left the National Assembly. We've been able to interact with a young lady who spent time with him that night. We have the records of the last calls he made. We have spoken to about 6 different persons whom he spoke to that night. And there are a lot of efforts behind the scene taking place. The reason for the police silence is the police deliberately, intentionally kept quiet on this case. In investigations, it's called tactical silence. We deliberately kept silence because when you are working on a sensitive case, sometimes you want to get to a comfortable cruising altitude